Hello and welcome to another episode of the European Traveler. In this episode I'm once again going to show you trains in northern Finland. For the viewers who have not yet seen the previous videos, which by the way I can highly recommend to watch, Finland is a country in the northeast of Europe. It has 5 million inhabitants and is about the size of Germany. In this video we will be in the region of Finland that is called Lapland. This time I'm on the return journey from my trip to the Nordkap. It brought me to Rovaniemi. It is the capital of Lapland. And so this video will deal with the railway line between Rovaniemi and Kemi. As I said, Rovaniemi is the capital city of Lapland and is one of the northernmost rail branches in Finland that has regular passenger service. So in this episode I'm traveling from Rovaniemi to Kemi. Since the road is going parallel to the rail line, I was able to get quite a few shots of the railway. But let's first start in Rovaniemi. I was lucky to catch a Finnish SR3 on the Rovaniemi-Kemijärvi line. These are the newest locomotives and intended for pulling freight trains in Finland. They are Siemens Vectron locomotives, however, they have some special features, like the ability to work in temperatures of up to -40 degrees Celsius. As the rail line from Kemi does not end in Rovaniemi, but continues to Kemijärvi, we start at the bridges of the Rovaniemi-Kemijärvi line. Only few trains continue to Kemijärvi, so you have to consider the timetable when planning filming. The route between Rovaniemi and Kemijärvi was only electrified in 2014. So at the entrance of the Rovaniemi railway station I caught this passenger train from Kemijärvi, pulled by a Finnish SR1 locomotive. Unfortunately, I once again had issues with my GoPro and it did not record the video. But at least I have the video from the main camera. Next up, we have a night train leaving Rovaniemi for Helsinki. Since Rovaniemi is the terminal station for many trains from Helsinki, there is some shunting going on. Car trains are still popular in Finland. They are a great way of traveling across the country without driving yourself. Still, you have the advantage of being able to reach your final destination by car. This is especially important in the north, where only few train lines run, and the next train station can be up to a couple of 100 kilometers from your destination. But car trains also require shunting for unloading and loading the cars. The cars of the train which are holding vehicles have to be decoupled and brought to the ramp for unloading and loading. After filming the shunting, I started my journey towards Kemi. Kemi is a coastal town about 100 kilometers southwest of Rovaniemi. In Kemi, the line from Helsinki splits into two branches. The one you've seen in the last video, going to Tornio and further to Kolari, and another one, which goes to Rovaniemi and Kemijärvi. In this video, I'm following the latter one. Yeah, and at first I assumed that the trains here would go about 80 kilometers per hour, like they did on the other branch line toward Kolari, and that I could hunt them in a similar fashion by going parallel by car, catching up and filming again. However, soon I realized that this was not really possible, because they were actually going much faster. My guess is that they go up to 140 kilometers per hour. However, this was not a problem though, since I was not in a hurry. I had the whole day for about 100-200 kilometers, and I simply could drive to the next photo spot, wait there for the next train, and that way I basically got from photo spot to photo spot and caught most of the trains that were passing. Yeah, and since there can be quite a lot of time between two trains, up to 2 hours, I took a quick detour and decided to take some photos at the municipality of Koivu. And there is a siding track where trains can pass each other. And so I took some photos and then continued my journey. Wait, you're having trouble seeing the train? Well, me too. Thankfully we've got a second camera angle, but trains are going so rarely here. Let's better do a quick simulation of what it will look like, so we do not mess up the shot. Of course it's important to have realistic sound when doing something like this. Finland's landscape in this region is pretty monotonic, with some swampy plains and sparse forests. In between there are some fields, but there is no big change in elevation, neither in the terrain nor in the rail line. There are, however, many rivers and some lakes, some of which are natural, but others are artificial. Hydropower is pretty common in Finland, and so it was no surprise that I passed a hydropower plant on my journey. Yeah, and as I said before, I was going from Rovaniemi to Kemi, and now toward the end of the day I was already approaching Kemi. In Kemi, as I said before, the railway line from Helsinki branches to Tornio and Kolari on the one hand and to Rovaniemi on the other hand. Again, there was a big time gap between the trains, and so I had some leftover time. Since I was already on the hunt for most of the day, I got hungry and decided to get some food. There are only few Finnish national dishes, but the Finns love foreign food such as pizza and pasta. After the hunger was taken care of, I went back to the rail line for the last shots of the day. In Kemi there is quite a special situation. Here the trains are passing over the dam of a hydroelectric power plant. There is also a road passing over the power plant. The road, however, is quite narrow, and so a traffic light is handling the traffic in both directions. Because of this, I did not want to take the risk of trying a parallel drive with the train. The risk was just too great that I would get a red light and miss the train entirely. However, I think I got some nice shots despite of this. As I said before, I did not attempt to do a parallel drive with a train, although it would certainly have looked very cool, but the danger of the traffic light being red was just too big for me. However, I decided to stick out my GoPro out of the window and film what it looks like on the dam. As you can see, I can drive on the left here, since the traffic light which we are just passing controls the traffic, and the train tracks go parallel for still quite a bit until they branch off and disappear in the woods. So this was it for today's video. As you might see, the quality is getting better with each video, and I try to keep it that way and improve on my editing. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please leave me a like, and if you want to be notified about future videos, then leave me a subscription. And don't forget to click the bell, otherwise you might not get notified by YouTube. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye!